Hey everyone, welcome back to An Artist Travels. I've moved houses! Woo! Oh my gosh, okay, so I have like so much stuff to talk about. So this video is like a life update, talking about moving house, talking about comfort zones, leaving them, talking about like new jobs, new challenges, new positions, new promotions. God is good. And I made a list. So it was new house. Oh, where I've moved to and why I love it. So let's start with the biggest thing. I've moved house. I'm so excited about this because like, okay, so it was a while coming. I'm gonna tell you the story about this. Okay, so previously how do I explain this the best? So I do a lot of work in the city of London. Yes. However, for the majority of my life, I have not lived in London. I have lived not crazily far outside of London, but it was taking me about 2 hours to get to the different places in which I needed to be. I don't have like a traditional like 9 to 5 job, so it's not like I was traveling to the same place every day, you know, like I'd be going for like an audition or for a rehearsal or like whatever, and so I'd be like moving around to different places, and it just got, quite frankly, exhausting. It just got exhausting to not live in London, because even though I lived in like very commutable distance to London, it was not London. And honestly, I was just really tired of commuting and all this kind of stuff, and I just found myself thinking, okay, so I need to move. Now with that came a whole lot of guilt, because where I lived it's like a commuter town, so the majority of people who live there commute into London on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, because they have like London city jobs. And so when I started thinking like, I can't do this commute anymore, I've been doing it for however long, I'm really exhausted, I'm coming home so late, I'm tired, I just started thinking like, well, other people can do it, so get your game together. And so I just felt really guilty about it. So I think maybe I kind of slowed down the search, because deep down, I've got my window open, so it's a little bit loud. So deep down, I was like, well, if other people can do it, if John and Sally can go and be working however many hours, then you should be able to commute as well. So that was one. Second thing I think it came with was perhaps a little bit of fear, because obviously, you know, like changes can be scary. And then I think the very final thing it came with was like a push out of the comfort zone. At the end of last year, at the end of 2018, like probably around December time, I just knew that I had to leave. And it came to the beginning of the year, and I wrote down like my goals, and one of them was like move out of my parents' place by July. Yeah. Remember that's an important detail. And I made this in January, right? And then I thus began such a long process of procrastinating what I knew I needed to do. And it got to the point where like I knew it wasn't me. I could feel God just being like, leave. This is not the place I have for you right now. Like, you're missing out on things, because where I want you to be is not here. I want you to be in London, right? So I don't know if you know the story of Abraham in the Old Testament. Like, God says to Abraham, go, take Sarah, is Isaac your child, and I don't want you in this country anymore. But like, what's really interesting about it is that he doesn't really tell Abraham like what exactly he's going to be doing. I don't even think he says why. He just says pack up and go. I don't think he even tells him where exactly he's going. He's just like, pack up and go. And I thought, you know what, at least I know where God is telling me to go. I know it's London, but I just kept on procrastinating. I was like, God, look, I'm comfortable, like do you know what I mean? I'm comfy, let me be comfy. I was in a place where I just felt very, very comfortable, and I wanted to enjoy that feeling of being comfortable. I even don't think I was being lazy. I honestly feel like I just wanted to be comfortable for a little bit longer, and God was like, yeah, no, move out of that comfort zone, go. So then I obviously, you know, started looking for places, and then like got gifted this place, which was like amazing, just like God-given. So why London? Lived in a lot of different places. I lived in other cities. I lived in Birmingham, and I've just like always loved London because of how creative it is. I just really love the fact that if I'm walking down a street, like there's gonna be a busker, I'm gonna see like some artwork, the buildings I think are gorgeous, like that kind of thing. So it's always had like a utopic element in my head. Like even while I've been it got to the point where I basically already lived in London. People joked about that all the time. They were like, you don't live here, like you literally don't, you live in London. So it made sense to like finally move. But I love London. Like it's at the point where like people are really grumpy on their commutes and I'm like, they're all grinning because I'm just like, we're in the most beautiful, like, look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. In the greatest city, greatest city in the world. Yeah, that's how I feel about London. It's been so go, go, go. Like today I was out working for like, I've been out for like 12 hours and I just got back in. So if I look tired, that's why I am. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm happy and very grateful, so it's all good. And then, so another thing that I had to do before moving was wrap up a few things. Namely, I had to give up a job. So I've been tutoring and working as a tutor, mainly an English tutor, but also some other subjects, for a while. Like I would say seriously for like two years now. Longer than that, 2.5, verging on 3. Like I went from having like 1 client to 8. You know, when I gave up tutoring I had 8 clients, and it's kind of difficult because they're, you know, they're younger people, and like it was around exam time, so obviously I like sat them through their exams and things like that. But it's, you know, you've got 8 different children from different years, different backgrounds. Like it's never going to be perfect time to end for every single one of them. Now obviously like gave them like a good warning, and this was before I even like had the house confirmed, but I was like, right, I need to step out in faith, like God's told me to go, so that's the date we're going. We can't do tutoring past this date. So I gave them good warning in time and said goodbye. And the thing is, like, giving up tutoring, I think, is the kind of thing that doesn't, I feel like this camera angle is wonky. Has it been wonky the whole time? No, that's so annoying. There we go, that's so much better. Okay, so giving up tutoring is the kind of thing that looks stupid to other people who don't know you or know what you're going through or know what you're thinking or don't really know your personality 100%, and nobody knows that. Nobody like knows your personality 100% other than you. So tutoring was very lucrative, and it was, you know, it was on my time. People could literally come around my house. It was something I was good at, and for a long time I really enjoyed, and the kids were great and stuff like that. And so it just looks like stupid to give up, but I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. And like, it's so crazy because I feel like I'm one of those people who's like, you know, follow your dreams and do what you love and da 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 da. But it's very easy to become comfortable and reliant upon things that aren't necessarily fulfilling you, but just look good on paper, impress other people, bring in the money, that kind of stuff. And I just had to like face the fact that I really was not enjoying it. Like it got to a point where I think if you outgrow a situation or you are no longer enjoying something, your soul feels it, and it feels horrible, it feels uncomfortable. You feel like you're shrinking yourself, and you kind of begin resenting something that you should never resent. And that's how I began to feel, not like resentful, but I just felt like, oh fudge, sorry, I hit my tea. I just felt like deep down in me it just felt uncomfortable and wrong. And so that like I got to the point where like you can only disappoint yourself so many times before you're like, I've had it. It's kind of like saying you're gonna like start getting healthy and then messing up, and you can mess up for some time, but like by the 100th time you've had enough and you're gonna get on top of your stuff. And so I think when I gave it up was like the limit. I could not have gone any further, and I think I put myself through unnecessary pain, because I really do feel like from January God was like, move, and I managed to procrastinate. But in another brilliant thing that God did was, what day did I move? Basically my aim was to leave by July. I didn't specify a date in July. Honestly, by the end of July would have also been fine. 1st July was my first full day in my new house. Miracles, absolute miracles. So I got to tick that off the list, and it was the best thing ever. I'm so tired. So here's another thing, yeah. So I feel like there must be such a big difference. I'm just gonna move you now. We're gonna talk about this. There must be such a big difference between in like moving to a city that you don't know, where you don't know anyone, you don't have a job there yet, you're just there, you know? Imagine like you move abroad, you pack up all your stuff and you go. That is, kudos to those people. I never thought that would be a scary thing or anything like that.
you know, very different experience. So many jobs here and working on so many different projects here. A lot of my friends are already here. I travelled here pretty much every single day. My church is here, like, so I know the place very well. I know the city quite well. But even so, it was exhausting because there was no break. Do you know what I mean? I like, moved in my stuff. I didn't, and then it was straight to going out every single day. And like, you know, I had other stuff to do. Like, you need an adjustment period, but I didn't really give myself that. I was just like, cool, we're moving, let's go, we're doing this, this, and that. So I didn't give myself an adjustment period at all. But hey, we're here. And also, like, I did have some emotional few days because there were still things I needed to get used to. For example, I bought an Oyster card for the first time. Never knew how to use one of those because I didn't have to buy one before. Before I always had like a travel card. So it's really, really different. And yeah, had a few like emotional days where I was like, I don't know how to get to this certain location. I don't know how to use Oyster card. And I just feel like everywhere that I travel is so short and quick, and I never want to lose that enjoyment and appreciation for that. So yeah, it's been great. So I will see you guys later. Have a good week, and yeah, so more Lord of the Rings videos are coming up. Understandably, I have not been reading much. I've been very busy. But yes, I'm about to get back on top of everything, so keep tuned. And you know what? I never do any pointers in my videos to like social media. I really don't care if you follow me on social media. I'm gonna be honest, like, if you want to, go for it. Like, it's social media, like, it's just Twitter, like, it's not that deep. But what does actually mean something to me is if you subscribe to my channel, just because, I don't know, it feels more personal than social media. And also I've noticed that a lot of you have been subscribing recently, which thank you so much for that. And if you want to, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.